Hello, Mamarose here. But before we get started today, I have some breaking news to share with y'all. I just got my results back from 23andMe and learned that I am the love child of Peggy Ingram and G.W. Nethercott, which makes me the half-brother to Earl, brother boy, Ingram. And it says right here on my birth certificate, I was born with the name Burl Mama's Boy Ingram. So there you have it. Oh, I need a moment to fan myself. Okay, in other news, now we have Delshores and Emersoncollins, my favorite duo. How are you, darlings?
Hello. Now, thanks for that laugh. I didn't know. I did not know, or I would have written to that.
It's Mama's Boy's secret.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You certainly are dressed appropriately for the sordid family.
You'd fit right in at another funeral or a wedding. The same outfit, either way.
Yes, that's right.
Well, thank y'all so much. Now, Del, you are the creator of one of the most influential plays, films, and TV series of our time. I am a huge fan, obviously. Along with so many other people out there, can you give us a description of the Sordid Lives Saga? Please tell us what it's all about.
I'm just kind of stuck on that. It's influential. I'm not sure what it's influencing, except a lot of white trash. But you know, I will take it. It's been such a good ride with Sordid Lives. Who would have ever thought that 20 years after the film came out, that it is still going? But it's just about these families in Texas that have a couple of well, I guess they're all kind of misfits in a way, but they don't feel that they are. They just feel like the gay one or the one that dresses up in women's clothes is. But it's loosely based on my family. I mean, my mother was the real Luttrell. I always say I was the real Ty. Don't judge me. I made him more attractive and cuter than me and younger, but. It's been a great ride. We've loved doing this for so many years.
Darlings, we've had one secret revealed today. Now, can you tell us about this big news that's happening on May 31st?
Emerson, you want to go? You want to tell him?
Yes. So we are doing a Sordid live stream on May 31st, a reading of the original play that the movie and the series and the sequel are all based on, starring 13 cast members who have been in the Sordid franchise from the film, the play, the series. We have Bonnie Bedelia, Beth Grant, Beaubridges, Lesliejordan, CarolineRhea, Rosemary Alexander, Newell Alexander, Debbie Holiday, David Cowgill, me, Del, and Annwalker.
Did you get them all?
I don't think so. There's one more.
David Cowgill, you got David Cowgill. We do this all the time. You got Bo. I just go from the bar. You got all of the
Daledickey.
Daledickey, of course. Daledickey, who has now worked with me. This will be her 18th time to work with me. I rather like her as an actress, and she is stepping in to Juanita's Drunk Heels and doing and she's going to be fantastic. So we all loved Sarah Hundley so much, but we lost Sarah. Sarah is unable to join us, so Daledickey will be honoring her that night.
And we're really excited because it is a benefit for 23 nonprofit, intimate, local, community, regional theaters. Last year, we started the process of launching the Delshores Foundation, mirrored after Del's journey as a writer up through Hollywood out of the South, with a focus on finding and developing and mentoring LGBTQ Southern writers. Well, when the pandemic hit, we said we need to put that on pause. Raising money for a foundation that's not about current needs didn't feel appropriate, but what's a way that we can use the groundwork and connections of that foundation that will be coming later this year or next year? And so all 23 of the theaters are partners of the Delshores Foundation, and we will split 100% of the proceeds from the live stream and the accompanying auction between those 23 theaters.
This is so fabulous that you are doing this and benefiting so many incredible people out there that so need our help during this pandemic. Now, where, when, how can we view this on the 31st?
It will be at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, streaming out live. Del and I will host it live on YouTube. If you go and search hashtag Sordid Livestream, you can find the post and set a reminder. It will also be streaming on Del's Facebook page, and that link will go up on Monday the 25th, the same day that the auction will go live of all of the Sordid Lives memorabilia. And we have other special guests making appearances from the Sordid franchise: Carson Kressley, Alec Mappa, Georgette Jones, David Steen, Allison Tolman, Lorna Scott, Patrika Darbo, and a special message from OliviaNewtonJohn herself.
Well, you know, I'm going to be there, and I hope that all of our viewers are going to be there, because this is a night not to be missed, because not only is it Sordid Lives, you know, surrounding that, it is just fabulous with this group of very talented people. Now, when did the two of you start working together? I know it's been a while, and collaborating for TV, film, stand-up theater, and so many wonderful things. Can you tell us your story?
Yeah. I absolutely, and it plays into this night actually, because it really celebrates theater, our relationship. I was going down to Texas to see I believe it was the second production or the third production ever of my play Southern Baptist Sissies, with Uptown Players, who that company happens to be one of the beneficiaries also of this on the 31st. And just a really special production. And Emersoncollins walked out on stage, and I'm like, you know, every now and then you just see an actor and you go, where has he been? I need to work with him. And I reached out to him, he reached out to me like a good actor. So you take over the story now, Emerson.
So for us, it was hugely exciting. You know, we're doing this play, and Del came in to see it and was there opening night. And so we all had a great time. And then afterwards, I wrote him and said, thank you so much. You know, I really appreciated the things that you said. And we just had sort of a conversation. And he wrote me back and said, what's your plan? What are you doing in Dallas? And I said, well, I'm saving money to move to New York or LA so I can get there with money. And he said, well, if you can get yourself to LA, I'm doing a revival of Southern Baptist Sissies, and you can split the role of Benny that you played with the actor who plays it here. So I packed all my stuff into my little high school cheerleader car the day before Thanksgiving and drove out to Los Angeles.
And he did that production brilliantly. He played Benny. You know, in the movie he plays Mark, but he played Benny, the drag queen. And then he started assisting me, and then we were going, whoa, wait a second, this guy's really smart. So then he started producing with us, and it just evolved from there. And since 2006, right, Emerson?
Yeah.
We have produced everything together, and we have had such a journey. We love what we do. We love bringing entertainment to people. We love acting and performing as well. So we're just a really good fit.
And it's sort of, we've always gone with, you know, we don't know what we don't know. So there's an idea and we say, great, how do we make this happen? Because I started working on this theater in rep of the shows he was doing. And he said, I want to do a national tour. And so then we all got together and figured out how to do a national tour, not knowing that you're not supposed to try to travel 30 actors to 6 cities with 4 people. And then we did the series. And then after that, we made a movie, and that production company had trouble. And we started our own production company and did 2 films under that. And we've done 4 of his stand-up DVDs and a one-man show. We just sort of say, what do we want to do next? And figure out how to do that.
It's so fascinating because everything that you've done has been liquid gold. So, I mean, it just blows my mind, but it just ties me right into my next question. Darling Del, you have worked as an award-winning playwright, director, screenwriter, television writer, and so much more. What inspired you to go into this business?
This woman right here, this is This is my mom, Lorraine Shores, and she was my high school drama teacher. And when I was a kid, every summer we would get a stack of playbooks from Samuel French, and she would ask me if I would help her choose the plays that this was when I was like in 6th and 7th grade. And so, you know, I was a little actor because of my mom, and I devoured plays, and she totally inspired me and was horrified when I decided to do this. So for a living. She was, well, that's not what, no, you can't go and be an actor in LA. So I moved out to LA, and I always say that everything that you just said that I do is an extension of my acting. I came out here to act, and I still get to act every now and then. And my writing is from an actor's point of view. My directing is from an actor's point of view. And that's the short answer.
Darling Emerson, you're such a love. Now, we've seen you on Bravo's The People's Couch. You are an award-winning actor, having starred in Dell's Southern Baptist Sissies, and also co-starring and producing A Very Sordid Wedding, and so many other fabulous things. Tell us what brought you to the business, and how has your journey been?
Exhausting. No, I'm kidding. Like many a young church boy, I started singing in choirs with a theatrical flair. And then I did musicals through high school. And then when I went to Baylor, I started not in the theater department. To my sophomore year, I got cast in their musical theater ensemble and joined the theater department and studied vocal performance and theater separately, sort of combining them as a musical theater degree with separate focuses. And so then after Baylor, I moved to Dallas thinking I want to get some good roles on my resume. I looked 14, didn't dance well enough to move to New York. So I did 18 shows in 3 years. And the last show of that was Southern Baptist Sissies. I actually did one more before moving to LA. And it was sort of this, and I got rid of the backup plan, so to speak, in college and said, all right, if I'm going to pursue this, I have to put all the eggs in the basket, or that fear of failure will allow me to choose an easier path, so to speak. And as a result, it's been incredibly rewarding, but I sort of wasn't kidding. You know, it's anyone that tells you it's easy is lying to you, no matter how successful they get, how successful they appear to be. It's something you have to work at continuously to find the next opportunity, to create the next opportunity has become the biggest thing for me. I mean, if somebody would hire me to be on an ABC series for 7 years as a series regular, I'd be thrilled to do our indie work on my hiatus and relax and learn lines every night. But that's not the journey that arrived. So our focus is always, what can we make that doesn't require anybody else? And that's led to a radio show and theater and film and television. And for me, the producing gives me the chance to act. You know, that's our deal. We make it together, and I get to have a great part. That's how I end up, you know, a bisexual serial killer with no testicles, as a new character type to approach. But I love it. You know, I wouldn't do anything else, and whatever it takes to help create the next thing and put it out into the world.
Now, you have worked with one of the most fabulous entertainers of our time, and my newfound brother from another father, Mr. Lesliejordan, since the very beginning when Sordid Lives was a play up until now. How is it to have this long-lasting friendship and collaborative relationship with such an icon in our industry? Oh my God, how fabulous has his Instagram been these days?
It's been an amazing journey, quite honestly, and actually it goes way before Sordid Lives. Leslie and I met in 1984. He auditioned for my very first play when it won Equity, and joined me in the cast in Kansas City, Missouri. So that was 1985 when it opened, and he has been in my life and in my personal life and in my career ever since. I always say he makes my life so much richer. I love him to death, and I'm thrilled with this new success. I asked him a couple of days ago. I was talking. I said, "Are you overwhelmed with it?" And he said, "I just wish it happened sooner." I just wanted, it's just a lot. So, but I mean, he is getting so many offers because I mean, he's up to 4.5 million Instagram followers. So and it was just the other day we had our mask on. I had to get him to sign, actually I had to get him to sign these shoes that are going to go up for auction. These were in the original play of Sordid Lives. And I stopped by to give him a script and for the live feed, the live stream, and then get him to sign those. And as we're just standing on the street, you know, social distancing with our mask. And I swear 3 people recognized him as they're just walking by. And one guy just kind of lost his mind. He just like, oh my God, you make me laugh every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So.
And my Leslie origin story, I told you about moving out to Los Angeles the day before Thanksgiving. Well, Del very kindly, you know, I didn't know anybody in LA, invited me to Thanksgiving at his house with, you know, 100 of his closest friends and family, which I laugh because now, you know, here we are 14 years later and those people are family. I mean, he brings people in and they don't ever get to leave. That's the rule. And so Leslie was at the party, and of course I'm this new little wide-eyed homosexual from Texas, and of course I know who he is. And Del says, Leslie, this is Emerson. He's going to be in Southern Baptist Sissies with us. And Leslie turns and over his shoulder looks at me, looks up and down and says, Emerson, nice titties, and walks off. Like that was the extent of our interaction. And with his success, it's interesting for me to watch like the young LGBTQ community, like discovering Leslie, the Instagram star, as their first exposure to him as one of the great like comedic geniuses who's been on 50 television shows. And selfishly, I hope this will lead to a new young queer generation of people finding Sordid Lives and finding Southern Baptist Sissies on their search to find all things Lesliejordan. And we can get a little bit of that reflection shine from his very well-deserved success.
Well, it's already happening because I get messages daily on Instagram from people who had never heard of him before, or never heard of Sordid Lives before, and they were like, "Oh my God, where can I find it? Where's it? You know, where's it streaming?" And so it's been fun for us too.
You've worked with so many other incredibly talented actors, including the brilliant Beth Grant, who plays Sissy in the Sordid Lives movie and series, as well as the star of Blues for Willowdene, one of my favorites. From my understanding, On Sissy was based on someone from your family. What was it like to have Beth Grant reimagine your family member?
I was looking for, I moved the picture of Aunt Sissy over on the floor to create this set. You know, it was wonderful because, I mean, Beth is so interesting because she's such a brilliant character actress who just disappears into a role. Many times over, people just don't know that it's her in a film because she transforms so not only physically but just in mannerisms. But she really fought me at first when I wrote Sissy for her. She said, no, I'm not right for that. I'm not right. I don't think I'm right for that. But then we found the glasses, and together we found the trot, you know, the Sissy trot. And once she found all of these little mannerisms that a lot were influenced by my real Aunt Sissy. And so what was really thrilling to me was that my Aunt Sissy got to see our portrayal of her on screen. And she loved Beth Grant. And I did an interview, you can find it on YouTube, with my Aunt Sissy, and I asked her about it, and she said, well, you know, she made me look better than I am. So she felt like it was it was not only a good portrayal, but it was a better portrayal than her real life.
Oh, that's great. And as we're counting down the days to this live stream, at least I am, because I'm just so excited. And I know that things are on pause at the moment, but what other fabulous projects are you currently working on, and that you can, of course, talk about, that we can look forward to for the future? I'm here sitting on the edge of my seat. Tell me.
I guess we can talk about this. We
can talk about it without talking about it.
Without talking about it. Emerson and I actually started writing together a couple of years ago, where I basically said, Emerson, his mind is so brilliant, and honestly, he's really, really wicked in his humor. And so I had an idea for this project that I knew that he would bring a whole different level. And it's a TV show. It's really dark. It's very twisted, and it's hysterical. And our agents are thrilled over it. So right now, we're just, during this pandemic, we're just writing away. We paused a little bit to produce this special, but we decided we're just going to write. We're just going to write and have scripts available when this is over.
We set up the phone on FaceTime and both sit and clack away. And, it gives us something to focus on and something creative to do that helps manage the situation that we're all, sitting in. And it's a really great outlet. And so we're going to sell that, and then you'll get to see it.
So that's the big project. And, we still have so much stage coming up, which we're very excited about. And it brings us back to this event. I mean, one of the things, these theaters, many of them have produced my work over the years. And we literally were in rehearsal in Dallas, Texas, to open my new play, This Side of Crazy, which had a beautiful production in San Francisco earlier in 2019. The premiere was there with New Conservatory Theater Center. They're one of the beneficiaries as well. And then we came to Los Angeles, LA, and had another great production. But literally, as the coronavirus news was happening, we were about to get on a plane and start rehearsal the very next day in Dallas. And we just watched everything unravel right before our eyes. I mean, it's where it wasn't just, we're going to lose money, but because that's a factor. We're going to lose our creativity. That's going to be shut down. But we were operating in fear there in the last few days. And so we had to make some very quick decisions, and we had to flee, right? We just correct?
Yes. It's like producing a show, bring it to a full halt for, the protection of the actors and the community. And we're supposed to do the world premiere of a very sort of wedding as a play on stage with Uptown Players in Dallas. And so theaters are scrambling to make sure the actors are protected, the audiences are protected, the money that is going out. So all of that is up in the air as well, because we don't want to do it till we can serve, the artists best and the audience best, and all of those structures and new systems are still in progress.
We have to be safe. But while we're planning and while we're waiting, because we are waiting, we have to also plan ahead and financially, and back to this benefit. That's why we want to protect our theaters. I can trace every dime I've ever made back to the theater, and I think Emerson probably can too. So we owe the theaters our career, and it saddens me that that they've taken such a hit. So we got to save them. So anything you can do, and I'm not talking about just our event, but anything that you can do, those of you who are watching, that you love theater, support that theater that you sit in those seats, support those just any way that you can if you're able. I know a lot of people are having problems, during this, but if you are able, if you have that excess money, help some theaters out, and please, yes, go to the DelshoresFoundation.org. You can donate already, and we've raised quite a bit of money already, so we're so grateful that the money is coming in.
And I'm so thankful for you doing this benefit, because theater is so important, as is the film industry, and so far beyond, because we have wonderful writers such as yourselves and wonderful actors and people that are really struggling right now. So having this opportunity to do this live stream and be able to view it and donate and all of that, it's just fabulous. And we want to thank you so much for joining us here at the Mamarose Show with our fabulous guests, Delshores and Emersoncollins. Please, everyone out there, make sure to make a donation to the Sordid Lives live stream benefit. at www.delshoresfoundation.org and tune in live on May 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on YouTube and Facebook. I'll be there. Will you? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. And you know, something's gonna go wrong. It's live, so we're very excited. So thank you so much for including us in your show today. I love your set, by the way, and the whole outfit. It's working.
Oh, thank you, darling. It's so great to have you here, and we'll see you very soon.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.
Well, Mama, it's been 17 years since you died. My son came out as gay right in front of your coffin. And Mama's ghost is haunting me.
Seems like just yesterday that Peggy tripped over them wooden legs.
And I took one of them legs and I bashed in all the windows on his pickup truck.
I'm putting back together that 15-year tribute for Peggy.
Hey, Mama. You could throw us our wedding.
It's just not exactly the kind of wedding that I always envisioned. I need you to rescue me.
Well, did you hear that the hitchhiker murderer has escaped the pen?
Rise and shine, give God the glory, glory.
I like crazy.
Hardy's new in town. And who are you, the welcome wagon?
Well, you're just never gonna believe what the church is doing. They're having an anti-equality revival.
Supreme Court's not the law of this land. Word of God's the law of this land.
We want our rainbow back.
No cakes, no flowers, no photos.
Our kind of Christianity frightens me.
Some things in the Bible that just do not make a lick of sense to me.
Well, I live by the Bible, Sissy. I don't need it to make sense.
That doesn't sound right.
You can't swing a cat in this town without hitting a bigot.
Folks who want to tell you how to live your life.
Gays can't get married in the church.
This feels like a trick question.
Gays can't get married in the courthouse.
Hearts and minds are changing.
We have stopped equality.
Anti-equality works both ways.
And we must stop villainizing our own children.
This is where I learned to be gay.
Under what table?
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the amateur show here in the Rose Room at S4.
Ain't it a bitch? It's all that I sordid lives. It's all right, then.
Oh!
Get out!
Not kind. I am so confused.
Now who's to say who's a sinner and who's a saint? Who's to say we can love and who you can't? It's easy for the pot to call the kettle black. Then it's jealous of a heart and lusty sordid lives they